Hi everyone, welcome back for another episode of Adams for the Love of Movie Picks. I know this isn't the typical Sunday night when we do the video, folks, but I was a little bit busy last night, so we're doing it here tonight on the Monday, all right? So this time around, we're going to be talking about the 2010 film, The Town. This movie has quite a few well-known actors in it. It's got Ben Affleck as Doug McCrae, Rebecca Hall as Claire Kesey, John Hamm as FBI agent, Special Agent Adam Frawley, Jeremy Renner as James Coughlin, Blake Lively as Krista Coughlin, and Chris Cooper as Stephen McCrae. I think that's pretty much the extent of the well-known actors in this movie. So this movie here, it's centered around some true facts, not necessarily a true story, but true facts. So apparently, this one neighborhood in Boston, Charlestown, is produces more bank robbers than anywhere else in the world. So this movie is kind of based around that fact, about these guys that grow up in Charlestown and make a career out of robbing banks. And it's just a really well done, put together story. In my opinion, it's some of its shootout sequences rival that of Heat. Maybe not necessarily for the length, but certainly for the intensity. It's just a really good movie. And the storyline is well thought out. It's well put together. It's got a good plot to it. I like the acting that they've chosen is just on point. In terms of the characters filling the roles that they were chosen to play. And so basically, like, it starts out, you're drawn right into it at the very beginning of the movie. You see these guys dressed up in these skeleton masks with like dreadlocks, and they're going in with assault rifles, robbing a bank. And the thing about that is these guys are like precision. Everything about them is to the point. Down to the right time. They don't mess around. They know what they're doing. And they're in and out before you can like bat an eye, pretty much. The head of this gang is Doug McCrae, along with his lifelong friend James Coughlin. There's four of them in it, and Albert McGlone is the other one, and Desmond, I forget his last name, but he's also in it as well. And the movie progresses, follows their storyline throughout. They do a couple more robberies. In the first robbery, the Claire Kesey lady is the bank manager. They end up taking her hostage, and then Doug ends up developing a relationship with her. At first, it was just to keep an eye on her and make sure she didn't know anything about them, that she would tip off to the feds. But then it became a little more intimate and personal, and they as the story went along. And then it gets to the very end, and they are basically robbing the Cathedral of Boston, as they like to call it. By the way, all their jobs are set up by this guy known as the Florist. He sets up the jobs, takes his cut, and these guys act him out. Basically, the Cathedral of Boston being, in this case, is referring to Fenway Park. After a three-game weekend series against the New York Yankees, it's something like $3.5 million taken in between tickets, concession, and merchandise. And these guys plan to rob it. And basically that's how it ends up at the end of the movie. I don't want to give too much away in case you haven't seen it. But if you haven't seen The Town, I highly recommend it. It's a great film. It's fast-paced. It's action-packed. But it keeps you drawn in with the storyline in the same token. So it's not all bang, bang, shoot 'em up, rob. There is a storyline to it. So there you are, folks. Bit of a shorter video, bit of a filler video, but just to kind of get things back on track. We'll see you hopefully back on Sunday for another video. Take care.